Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright.
What is up, my peeps? Welcome back to yet another amazing review. Please consider subscribing. We're almost at 1 million subs. Thank you very much. If you live around Nakuru and happen to have a bike that you want to be featured in a review, hit me up in the comments down below. The TARO GP, a beautiful 250cc bike. This was the legendary monster, prophesied to be the first to dethrone the 200cc monstrosity for real. This is the last day the 200cc monstrosity, the Ohlins, thrives from destroying all small bikes that cross its path. It was only a matter of time. Besides the appeal of beauty, first thing to notice is the bike's weight once you get on it. Don't park on an incline where you'll need to push it back with your legs while sitting on top. You won't be able to.
Useless. Ni nzito. Utaibika inaweka. The thing is heavy. Ni heavy hata kushinda yangu bana.
The bike comes with a single-cylinder 4-stroke 249cc engine that will give you an amazing 20 horsepower, double that of my Ohlins, which you will surprisingly never feel until you put it up against another bike. Then you will see. It doesn't really have an amazing torque that you feel from the throttle. It's quite subtle, not like this. It has an EFI carburetor and is oil-cooled. Dual suspension for the front and a monoshock at the back. The suspensions weren't that impressive. They bottomed out quite a bit. They were really bouncy. Definitely not good for off-road. Should you decide to go off-road, you will have to readjust your speed and accept your fate that you're not an off-road biker. The suspensions were probably up to par with the Everlast Cougar. Super sharp brakes. Definitely the sharpest of all bikes that I have reviewed from this channel, especially the front ones. They could get you into trouble. They are super sharp, I can't stress that enough. The bike comes with an electric starter only, which is all well and good, but as much as I love it, I never really fully trust these electronics in these things. They always fail at one point or another. Hence, I will always advocate for the much hated kickstart. It will really get you out of a pinch every now and again. I have experienced that even with my Haojin Warrior. An example of failure of electrical system just on this bike was the digital dash display. It never registered that the bike moved past 80 km per hour even though it could easily do 130 plus. A true impressive monster. This is why the only electric component that I prefer on a bike is the electric starter, because it has a backup. The bike has a useful / very annoying quirk where you couldn't start it when the tiny stand was down. I always kept forgetting this and it really pissed me off, but I guess that was really helpful.
Understandable.
The gear was the usual down 1, up neutral to 6. The 5th gear was barely usable, let alone the 6th. I almost had no use for the 6th gear. The gearing was really long, like when racing. The 4th gear will definitely take you up to the highest speed. Increasing to gear 5 will most likely slow down your bike. If there is a hill or a corner, you are definitely gearing down. The bike is quite tall and heavy. You can't lift this bike off the ground alone like you can the Haojin Warrior. This makes it not as fun, especially if you want to do things like wheelies or ride super fast on horrible terrain. I mean, this is how I jump through bumps.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face.
It has a massive 16-liter tank that really pushes up your balls for a man. The longer you sit on it, the more your kids suffer down there. It's not comfortable for long rides, you will really feel it, especially on your back and even your arms. Should you decide to pillion on this bike, you better be of the opposite sex cause you won't be able to hang on for long on the seat, especially on a bumpy road. You will get tired of hanging on or you will fall down. Spare parts are relatively not so hard to find, although they are definitely very expensive. The bike itself is 355,000 Kenya shillings by the time I'm uploading this video, which to me is a no. Fuel consumption is a definite no. Super horrible. They claim 38 kilometers per liter, but that's not what I experienced. The same distance that the Haojin Warrior uses 200 bob worth of fuel, this one did 600. It was absolutely terrible. We had to add fuel on top of that once we were done with the review. That means it consumes about 3 times as much fuel as the 200cc monstrosity, which I already thought was insane. Absolutely horrendous. As it is tradition, I put it up against the 200cc monstrosity, the Haojin Warrior. At this point, I would have to apologize because the battery to my camera died and I had forgotten the spare, so I had to film with my phone. Apologies for the shitty footage, but I did capture the results. It was brutal. We had to do it twice because Max couldn't believe the results. The difference was so massive, it was almost sad. But anyway, so would I buy this bike? The bike is super fast. Definitely an upgrade from mine in those regards. It's very attractive to the eyes. Everywhere you go, people will just come around and crowd and ask you for photos and all that. Still, I wouldn't buy it, at least not brand new, and even second hand it would have to be a very amazing deal. Mostly because of the comfort factor for me, or in this case, lack thereof. I love being very comfortable, especially in long journeys like the ones that I do from Nakuru to Mombasa and back. A bike this uncomfortable would be a nightmare. Second is the fun factor. You can't enjoy off-road terrain with this bike as much as you can with the Haojin Warrior or any other off-road bike. Just being limited to the tarmac really sucks. Can't even wheelie on this bike. I have searched online and I haven't found a single person that has done that. If you can, that's cool, but I didn't feel like it had enough power to do that. Third is the fuel consumption, and fourth is the price brand new. But if you love the sexy style of look and it's comfortable for you, then it's an amazing super bike. Well, stay safe, ride safe.
Sikuje mbio na iko na
anafanya nice. Amepunguza sana. Anafinya gia moja sana.